So is it time for Tyronn Lue and the Clippers to panic? Granted, Kawhi Leonard didn't play today. In their last game, he got elbowed in the mouth, and he was bleeding very badly, so he was held out of today's game due to the mouth laceration. But either way, I don't think even if Kawhi played, the Clippers really had a chance of beating the Mavericks. The Clippers were down by 50 points at halftime. You guys ended up losing the game by 51 points. And I was tweeting during the game. The whole time I said, watch Paul George say some dumb comments after the game. And what did he do? He made the dumb comments. Paul George said that it's no big deal. They'll be ready for next game. See, this is the problem that people have with Paul George. Last year, y'all lost to Denver 3-1. Y'all were up 3-1 and lost. Y'all haven't recovered from that. And you basically want to blame Doc Rivers and how he used you instead of taking responsibility and saying you didn't play up to par. Y'all didn't make the adjustments as a team. And now, y'all lost the game by 51 points. They paid you all this money. You got 5 years, I think $228 million. And you can't carry the Clippers by yourself. You proved that today. You need Kawhi. You need Kawhi to help you win games. So it's like they invested all this money in you, and you still ain't produced since having 2 good games back-to-back to open the season. And I think it's in bad taste and bad favor for you to say that it's no big deal that y'all lost by 51 points. You were down by 50 at halftime, and y'all lost the game by 51 points. And you couldn't find nothing else better to say but to say that it was no big deal and y'all will play better next time. See, Paul George, you like to put your foot in your mouth. So, if y'all lose again next game, what will your dumb comments be then? Face it, y'all just haven't recovered from losing to Denver, and y'all were up 3-1 in a series that y'all really should have won. And then now this season, y'all got a bunch of new players. You brought in Serge Ibaka, you got Nicholas Batum, you got Luke Kennard. Y'all got some rookies. And some other players that have been there that are young players. Either way, Paul George didn't rise to the occasion today without having Kawhi Leonard. Serge Ibaka had a pretty decent game. I think they should have given him the ball more. Because I think he had 9 and 8 in the first half. They should have kept feeding him the ball, but they stopped giving him the ball. Luke Kennard is coming from the Detroit Pistons in a trade to come to the Clippers. He's still a little bit lost, still trying to find his way. It's going to take him a few games to get together. Y'all didn't really have a long preseason and training camp to really mesh as a team. But y'all still got to go back to the drawing board because y'all got some better pieces, and y'all still just not winning games or even being competitive in games. Paul George, you had 15 in the first half. I can't even remember how many points you scored in the second half. That's just how bad y'all were getting beat. And you look sad sitting on the bench sitting beside Kawhi. It's like, come on, man. You're supposed to be this superstar. You ain't been the same since you played in Indiana. And you basically made your name going up against LeBron when you played in Indiana. And in those playoffs, you ain't been the same since. Then you had your injury, and you came back. You had some good moments. But you need a Batman for you to play Robin, unfortunately. And it's like, when are you going to be the superstar that you say you are? Granted, you can go out and get 20 points. But what is 20 points and your team lost? You didn't get anybody else involved, while your fellow superstar was out with an injury. So it's like, come on, Paul George. Come on, Paul George. Like, superstars get their teams involved. Patrick Beverly, he's just out there. Like, we're going to call that what it is. He's just out there. Nicholas Batum has done pretty well being a new player coming into the Clippers system and I think he's playing a small forward or power forward for them. Either way, he's done pretty well shooting and making shots. And it's like, Patrick Beverly nor Paul George worked to try to get him more shots. Luke Kennard started in place of Kawhi. And it's like, they have yet to figure out what are Luke Kennard's spots to get him the ball to while he's on the court. I think that's something they got to figure out. Luke Kennard is not give him the ball and tell him to go make a play. You have to set him up, let him come off a screen, or get him in the corner and let him shoot three, or let him drive and shoot a floater. His game is not to give him the ball and tell him to go make a play, because they were putting him in a lot of situations of that today, and he was turning the ball over. Granted, you guys are only, 3 games into your season, but it's like, y'all are supposed to be this team that, everybody's supposed to be worried about beating. And it's like, you guys can't even make it competitive against the Mavs. The Mavs, the only person you really got to worry about is Luka Doncic. But it's like, y'all couldn't even make that game a match. Y'all folded. Y'all were down by 16 in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. So y'all had a bunch of defensive laps, and then a lot of bad shots, a lot of bad turnovers. I think you guys gotta learn your personnel, and then you can figure out what plays work best for y'all. Until then, y'all are gonna be getting blown out by teams, and Paul George is gonna be doing post-game comments that are gonna make him sound stupid and look bad. And he's gonna have to go back on the comments that he made from a few days from today, after the next game. So it's like, figure it out. You guys got pieces. You have pieces. It's just the fact of you guys rely on Kawhi Leonard to be your end-all, be-all. And with him being out today, nobody stepped up. Paul George didn't demand the ball like he should have. Y'all stopped feeding Serge the ball when he started off decent. So it's like, what are y'all doing? Y'all were just out there trying to basically run up down the court, because I don't remember y'all running too many plays. I like Patrick Beverly as a point guard, but I don't know if now he's the answer for the Clippers. He's more of a defensive point guard. Maybe try Reggie Jackson starting the game and see how that goes, and bring Patrick Beverley off the bench to see if that'll help their starting unit. Because you're not getting much out of the point guard position.